Don Jr., obviously, we know who Don Jr. is. Robert O'Neill is the man who spent tons of time in Afghanistan.
Yeah, most of my adult life was at war. I joined the Navy as a Navy SEAL in 1996, and I didn't get out until 2012. And that's a lot of time and a lot of missions in there. During that time, we did the Rescue the Lone Survivor. We rescued Captain Phillips, which wasn't in Afghanistan. A bunch of tours in Iraq. And then I was on the team that killed Bin Laden. I actually killed him.
That's one thing I didn't know was the Captain Phillips. That was one thing, just to show of what we can do as a country. Because I wasn't at war. I was at my daughter's Easter tea party at her preschool on my birthday, Good Friday, April 10th. And we're getting ready for the long weekend. We got a call that's Captain Phillips, and we had, I think, 100 Navy SEALs in the Indian Ocean less than 16 hours later. And then we got them on Easter Sunday because it turns out our snipers will do that. They will kill you at night on Easter Sunday. Wow.
Pretty dope.
And the mission that you're most known for is obviously the one where we invaded Pakistan, surprised in the middle of the night, and killed Osama Bin Laden.
Yes. Yeah.
So I want to touch on that real briefly because I don't think their audience really knows the whole full story. You've told the story millions of times. Take us through that day, the second you get the call that the most wanted man on planet Earth, you guys are going to take him out.
At first, they didn't tell us what was happening. They recalled us. I was in Florida, and they recalled us because we just finished a deployment to Afghanistan, so we didn't know what it was. And by recall, I mean we went back to Virginia Beach. That's where our home base was. And they started out with, we found a thing, and this thing is in a house. This house is in a bowl in a country, in these mountains, and you guys are going to go get this thing. You're going to bring it to us and show it to us. And we're like, all right, what is the thing? Can't tell you. Okay. What country? Can't tell you. How are we getting there? Can't tell you. How much air support? None. Okay. That's an answer.
Sounds like a great start.
Yeah, it did. Well, and it got funnier because when we worked, Army pilots, Air Force pararescuemen who were basically the surgeons on the ground, but they're special operators too. Air Force combat controllers, which control the radios, and then we have SEAL operators. And they said it's only going to be SEALs because we're saving weight. So if you knew how to carry medical stuff, you're our new doc. If you knew how to use a radio, you're a radio guy. And so we're getting our gear ready. And we're like, what could this be? And we thought it was the Arab Spring had just started in northern Africa. So we assumed they found Gaddafi and we're going to go get him. And, not kill him, just get him, bring him back. So we're coming up with this plan. Everyone's fixing their gear to whatever they're going to carry. And then they said, go home and be with your kids for another, day and a half, and then come back. We're going to drive you somewhere and tell you what's going on. And we said, who's going to be there? And they started going down the list of whatever, the vice president might be the Secretary of Defense, Secretary of the Navy, all this stuff. And then one thing they said was CTC PAD, which is CIA Counterterror Pakistan, Afghanistan. And no one said anything. We went home, and I was thinking to myself, if we're going to Libya, why would they be there? So then we came back. We got in vans. I'm getting to a funny story, I promise. We're driving the vans down to North Carolina. And I had 4 guys here, and I said to the guy next to me, who's my boss, I said, this isn't Gaddafi. They found Bin Laden. And he looked at me and just said, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And that's when the guy in the front seat said, man, if we kill Osama Bin Laden, O'Neill, I'll suck your dick. So 3 weeks to the day. Yeah, no. I did ask him about it.
It's been like 10 years.
No, not yet. He's But yeah, that was, anyway. But then we got serious. They said this is as close as we've ever been to Osama Bin Laden. Then we were serious. No high-fiving, none of that. Just, can we go now? And we met the teams, the girl that found him and all that stuff. Trained for a few days and then went to Afghanistan and waited for the green light, which we got, and then we launched.